Welcome to the Bushido Gang. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Attack on Samurai, bringing you all a drawing video today. So today I wanted to draw my main character for my comic, Miss Intern. So I'm drawing the main character right now. Watch this a sketch I drew earlier in the week. I want to say I drew this on, I think on Monday or on Sunday or Monday. I started drawing this, or I drew this sketch. But yeah, so I kind of have my character in a fighting pose, and she's just ready to box, ready to box the copy machine. So yeah. I don't have too much to say in this vid. Really just gonna be drawing for you guys, and yeah, you guys can draw along with me if you have something else to do. You know, like, I don't know, if you have something else that you're working on in the background, you can just have that and, you know, just listen to me or whatever. So yeah. Anyways, how are y'all doing? Hope you guys are doing well and having a good day. My day's doing fine. Or my day's been alright. So I'm recording this. It's a Wednesday, so you guys may end up seeing this today, or you may end up seeing this tomorrow. But yeah. Hopefully it's not too laggy for you guys. It might be a little bit. Maybe because I might be because I have too much stuff right now. Let me just get rid of some stuff real quick. I don't really need Discord right now, so let me just go down to Discord and just get rid of that real quick. And my folders. Okay, so maybe it'll move a little bit faster. Probably not by too much though. A little bit. But yeah, today I didn't really do much. I just had a doctor's appointment, and yeah. Besides that, just really been chilling. Usually Wednesdays are my days where I'm not working, so on days like this, or on days like these, I just like to, again, focus on some other things I need to get done, like, you know, reading, writing, all those basic things. So that's really what I'm working on right now. Also, if you guys are curious about the music in the background, let me just get it real quick for you guys. It's this like meditation thing. I actually need to read this manga, Vagabond. I heard it's really good, and the art is up there with Berserk. I definitely need to take some time to read this at some point. If you guys have read this manga, let me know what it's like. I'm just curious. But again, I've seen like I've seen clips and whatnot, and I've just seen even like panels of it, and it just looks. The art really looks like it should be in a museum. Like, that's how good it looks. But yeah. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't hurt you guys too much. Yeah, let's see what's going on right now. Again, there really isn't much that I'm doing differently right now. I'm kind of just doing the same thing I've always done. Again, read, write, and draw. I'm not really doing anything too crazy at the moment, besides just doing the very basic necessities. But yeah. So in terms of like what's going on, I guess with life in general, again, life's been good. Or actually, that's not a great statement. What I mean to say is that I'm learning. You know, I'm learning. I'm learning things. I'm learning things from where I work, from both my jobs, and a third one I have coming up. So I'm learning right now, really. Learning more about myself through the jobs I'm doing, and just even with the people I meet while I'm at work. Again, with both my jobs. Oh, this thing is really lagging. Okay. How do I not make it lag so much? Maybe what I could do. Nah, never mind. I'm just gonna let it go. Maybe what I might. Let's see. Cause like, I'll just let it go. Again, I hope it doesn't bother you guys too much with the lagging. I might have to go slow with my pen here. Because I think the reason why it goes so slow is because I keep doing multiple strokes. So, maybe that's why. Yeah, so this this sketch I did, right? So again, this is my main character, and she's about to fight the copy machine. Now, just to give you a little bit of context about that, right? So, again, this comic that I'm working on is called Miss Intern, and it is a comic that is based on well, hold on. It's a manga inspired comic. I may as well just call it a comic with a manga art style. I may as well just say that. I might as well just say that. But yeah, that's what this is. That's what this drawing is supposed to be, and but the story is about this intern. She interns into this corporate company where they handle they handle business and whatnot, right? It's not like a real estate firm or anything like that. It's just more like it's not really I don't really want to say it's like the stock market or anything like that, but just a corporate like office that she works in. And this office, it's a very different kind of setting. Basically, like there's the basic necessities of office work where you have to file stuff, you have to talk to clients, have meetings, all those things, right? But here's the twist with this comic, right? So the twist is that it's a very competitive environment in terms of it being like a just a regular office job. But the thing is that to add on another layer to that, there's benefits to it as well. And the benefits are that, or I guess like part of the benefits, or to get the benefits, well, basically employees fight each other. Employees fight each other for a couple reasons. One is because with actually fighting with fighting the employees, or the employees fighting each other, it's supposed to it's a very, like I said, it's very competitive. So for the wins that you get from from fighting against the employees, you actually get more benefits. So the more wins you get, the more benefits you get. But if you start losing, then you start losing like your income. You start losing a bit of your income. You start losing a lot of things. So she's kind of like this she kind of comes in and breaks the system. Let's just say that. And that's kind of her story, really. Like that's basically what her role would be in this kind of world. The person that sees that something's wrong here, and she wants to take some action here, even though she's an intern. So it's a very interesting dynamic that I wanna try with this. Again, this is technically how should I say this? This is technically my first attempt at actually like committing to this comic, like committing to a comic, like committing to the actual like work and everything. Because I have another one. I have another comic that I started back in college, and that's actually my passion project. That one is that's my main project. That's my main project. While this one is more of just a fun little project to throw out, and also just a prototype too. So that's what this is. This is a prototype. Um, because the real thing because I mean the comic I really want to focus on is a track and field comic. And again, that's something that I think I still need a little bit more time to really craft it well, and also just like to draw more characters and just really get the story like more settled. Again, I've written like about 10 or 11 chapters now. But again, just being able to doing the laying out and everything is something that I haven't really put too much time into yet, which is why I wanted to do this one as just a side project. But also again the prototype. So that's what this is. This is what Miss Intern is. I don't have a name for her yet. At the moment, well, that's not true. I had a name. I was gonna make her name like a fighting game or a fighting move pun. But I wasn't too sure about that. And plus, I mean, well, it's not that I don't think anyone would get it, but it's just that I think maybe it's more than I need to do. So that's why I'm not 100% on it yet. But yeah. Also, let me just bring this down a little bit more because I feel like the opacity. I need to bring this down for background a little bit. There we go. Now you guys get a more clear picture or more clear view of the sketch. So yeah. But yeah, again, I think the story is gonna be fun. Again, it's not gonna be something I take too seriously. The genre is pretty much just like a fighting. It's just like a fighting comic, or fighting fighting comic. Just specifically more fighting. There's gonna be some comedy as well. Like, it's gonna be funny. I'll try to make it funny anyway. My humor is kind of like I have pretty dark humor. So there's gonna be a little bit of that. But yeah, it's not gonna be like. And I'll see what I can do about it. But yeah. I'm just not gonna sugarcoat things. That's all. That's as much as I'll say. But yeah. But yeah, the whole idea behind Miss Intern, I want to say that I started. Well, actually, you guys know when I started, or when I did my first sketch, which is back in December, actually, when I did my sketch for it, for Miss Intern. Yeah, when I did my first sketch, or when I showed you guys my first sketch, again, it was just a concept, really, but now after after drawing more of it, and even getting some feedback from even from work, because I draw while I'm at work, at least like at the shoe store where I work at. I draw because on Monday, because I work on Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and Monday is like the only day no one really shows up, so I get time to just draw. So I'm just really drawing. So I'm just really from the time I started, working back in September, I've just been drawing pretty much, because there's nothing really to do in the store. Besides, I guess move inventory and stuff like that. But if that's not happening, I'm gonna be drawing or reading. So yeah. Anyways, like I was saying, I started drawing Miss Intern as just it's just something fun to do. And it just started to become something that I actually wanted to, you know, I want to actually make into a story. So that's kind of how it really happened. Cause like before I was just doing sketches of like I was trying to make my own characters. So I was just doing a whole bunch of sketches of just my own my own original characters. Like I have original characters um I have original characters for like a track and field comic I was gonna do. But it was gonna be a very short. It was gonna be a very short comic, but that kind of died off, just because I started to get more interested in drawing more of Miss Intern. So that's really where that's really why how this started to pop up more. So so yeah. In terms of like inspirations, also I'm gonna get a glove real quick because like I have a glove for my pen, or like for when I use my pen, because every time I draw on the pad, sometimes it does get a little um what's the word? It's not like it gets a little smudged. I'll say that. Cause like my hand does rub a bit on the screen, so I want to try and not do that too much. But again, in case you're curious about what kind of drawing pad I use the XP pen. So I use the XP pen. I think it's the Pro 13.3. So that's what I use when I'm drawing. So yeah. That's something about the inspirations. My bad. I kind of got sidetracked. Uh, yeah. So inspirations, right? So the inspiration I had for drawing this was, or for starting to actually want to make a story around this character. Pretty much I was thinking a lot about, I guess from personal experience, just what I've done, like just work I've done. Cause I used to work or I mean, when I was interning, for one time, not really one time, but it was for about like 2 or 3 years, with my brother, and again he worked at a retail firm, or not retail firm, my bad, real estate. He worked at a real estate firm, so I worked alongside with him. I didn't really do much. I pretty much just like filed stuff, and I pretty much just filed stuff. That's all I really did. So, um, but obviously I want this character to do more things like that, or do more than just file stuff. So she'll have more of an active role in the company. But yeah, I don't want to say too much in terms of like the story and everything like that. But I already have other characters drawn that are like official. So she has a. Well, I mean, um, I don't know if I showed it. I don't know if I showed the other character, or her master. But or sensei actually. But let me just show you what she looks like real quick, so you get an idea of it. But this is her master for this for this series. So her name is Sensei P, and she's basically gonna be this main character's guide. So yeah. Again, I think I showed this. I think I drew this before or showed it before, but I probably that's probably just on the side or something like that. But yeah, so that's what she looks like. That's her sensei. And again, she's the student. Now, in terms of like, more of the design and just where I got the inspiration from, I was thinking about my mom. Because my mom, she has hair that's kind of similar to, I got inspired to draw the hair this way because that's kind of how my mom's hair is. Because like her hair, she has curly hair, but it's just short. It's like short curly hair. So I'm going to do something like that, but just add like a little bit more to it. But yeah. I guess in a sense, if you think about it, she looks kind of like Betty Boop, a little bit. At least the way how it's angled, she looks a little bit like an angry Betty Boop. But yeah. I did get inspired a little bit by Dragon Ball, at least the old one, the original one. I did get a little bit inspired by it. Speaking of that, I have been reading it recently, just because I've been looking at it for as a reference, as a reference, because I think the original Dragon Ball manga, I think the way how Akira Toriyama did the paneling for it is just incredible, and it's very simplistic too. Like, nowadays, a lot of more modern comics or more modern manga are just extremely detailed and very like heavily detailed, and you can't really see what's really going on a lot of the time. So you kind of have to like reread it and go back to it, which I guess does give it like what's the word? Like I can't think of the word, but you guys probably know what I mean. But it basically gives it more value, so you just keep reading it over and over again. I was gonna say replay, but that's more video game logic, so or more of a video game term. But you get what I mean. But yeah, like with the Akira Toriyama style, because actually, let me just show you real quick, just to get a better, you guys actually see it. But just in terms of how everything's paneled in the original Dragon Ball, it's just very very back and forth, or not back and forth, but like left to right and whatnot, and everything is just like placed in just one panel and whatnot. And again, like the text is just back and forth, but everything is just very simplistic. Again, it doesn't have to be too crazy. It doesn't have to be like super detailed. Just showing the action happening one at a time. So again, you see the wolf, you see a man wolf like come and claw at Jackie Chun. Jackie Chun jumps up, or is preparing to jump up. Then he jumps up and attacks, and then yeah. So again, everything's just very like you see everything and you know what's happening. While let's say for example, I think I do have My Hero Academia up. No, I don't. I had it up earlier. But like I mean, and don't get me wrong, I love My Hero Academia. Like that's my favorite manga series. Period. Which I guess is pretty like I don't know what the word is. I guess lame. But I started reading it back when I was a senior in high school. So I was reading it like when it really started to when the anime was first revealed. Because like I just remember that first promotion trailer that they had with Deku like punching or just getting ready to punch the screen. Like I don't know, I just got hyped off that, and I was just like, man, I gotta read this stuff. But yeah, that's kind of how my journey with My Hero Academia started, and I haven't really gone back. So, or I mean, I haven't stopped. I'm still caught up to date with what's going on in the current manga, and you know, about the war arc and all that and all those things. So yeah, again, pretty much my hero's ending, which is crazy to me. But yeah, like I was saying before about comparing it to Dragon Ball, I mean, there really isn't much of a comparison. Just that, uh, obviously Horikoshi cares very much about detail, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with that at all. Um, but I just think that for me right now, what I want to do is I want to focus on the action, and I want to make sure that everything flows nicely. So that's what I want to like. That's what I want to what I want to start doing. Um, but yeah, yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna make this comic so like dialogue heavy, because I know that with my track and field comic, I'm gonna make that pretty dialogue heavy, just because again, like with that, it's with sports comics, right? Like for example, I was reading Slam Dunk, and Slam Dunk is another manga that is one, like, the art is incredible in that. Like, that's also, it's the same guy that actually did the art, or yeah, does the art for what's it called, Vagabond. He's the same manga artist. So uh so again, like I'm trying to say, um again, I think focusing on the story and just how everything builds up to certain events, like again for a track meet or something like that, or really just like stuff that happens in the school itself. I think that's something that I'll be focusing on a lot, and I won't be too crazy about, and I won't go like too heavily into well, I guess the sport too, because like it's difficult, I think, to be dynamic with track, because with track the most you can really get the most, because I mean, like with track, it's just a very like it's a very straightforward sport, because again, you're running. You're just running. Of course there's still techniques to it, like there's techniques to like knowing how to step off the blocks properly, and all those things like that. So I can make it as dynamic as possible with that. But when it comes to the actual action itself, I think it's gonna be pretty like it's just gonna be pretty straightforward. um but like again, it's not, you can't be that creative with track, unlike with something like basketball or with like boxing, for example. Again, like Hajime no Ippo is a great example of that, and again, I already mentioned Slam Dunk. Even what's it called, Blue Lock is a good example too. But with Blue Lock though, Blue Lock just does the manga artist for that, he's just very good at facial expressions. Like when he shows the intensity in the characters' faces, like you can really see that. Like they look like demons, bro. Like they look like demons, bro. Um, but I mean, that's kind of the environment that is, you know. Like everyone has an ego there. All the characters have an ego, so they kind of have to have like this kind of demonic kind of vibe to them. Um, but yeah, again, I don't know if I'll do something like that with with my sports comic, because I don't think I can really get that crazy with it. But who knows? Again, these are just ideas I'm saying, right? Like I'm not saying this is 100%. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, but I'm just throwing out ideas right now. But yeah, again, Dragon Ball was one of my inspirations for drawing this manga, and also My Hero Academia, um, Dragon Ball, My Hero Academia, and probably a couple others too. I'd probably say Hajime no Ippo, and even and one of my favorite animes from back in the good old days of of like 8th grade. Um, it was Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple. I love that. that was one of my first. That was one of the first animes I got into, and again, I was like 13 then. No, actually, I was like 12 going on 13, and again, it was great. It was just great overall. Again, the story was great. The characters were fun too. Of course, you had you had your little gags and everything. But still, I really did like Kenichi. Kenichi was a great character, and just like the way how he grew with, I forgot what the name of it. I think it was like Ryu San. I almost said Ryu Zanpakuto, but that's like I'm combining like Bleach with something else. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Um, that dojo where he like learned all those fighting techniques with the different masters. Um, so I think that just whole dynamic in him just like growing into a better person was just very cool, right? Like he learned to defend himself from the bullies and everything. Again, I'm pretty sure that manga was definitely inspired by Hajime no Ippo, like without a doubt in my mind, just because like they both kind of have that same dynamic anyway. Honestly, thinking about it, right? Mangas like or stories like that, I think are very important, because they're because I don't think that community is something that's really like I don't think community is something pushed that's really pushed in like in communities, like like getting into like a club or something and actually being able to like form relationships and whatnot within that group. I don't think that's something that's as pushed enough. Because I mean, I'll be honest. Like growing up, I didn't get into things like that. Um, Mostly it was just because of like money related things, or maybe just timing. But yeah, I think community is something very important, and honestly, like it would have been nice to be in some kind of like community growing up. Um, but yeah. All right, there we go. So in terms of like this main character's personality, um, I'm not gonna say too much, except that she's very angry. Let's just say that she's a very angry main character. Um, Now the reason for her anger, I can't go into that either, but I'll just say that again, she is pretty angry about some things. And again, like this character, she's only 19, but again, she's just kind of angry about some things. Um, And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, right? Okay, I'll just say it right now. Like I genuinely enjoy the angry female character. Like I'm talking, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like what's her name? Like you got Ryuko from Kill la Kill. You got what's her name? I almost said Remy. Not Remy. It's what's her name? But you guys know what I'm talking about. The female character, the main female character from Black Lagoon. Um, damn, how did I get that? It's Revy. It's Revy. It has to be Revy. I'm gonna look it up because I feel like how did I forget that? But anyways, I just like the angry female character that's always fighting. For some reason, like that's just fun to watch. It's just fun to watch for me. Um, because I mean, like that's just something you don't really see a whole lot. You know, you don't really see like women being so passionate about something. Um, you know, being able to like fight it off and everything like that. So I just kind of like that. I kind of like that archetype for female characters in a lot of different series. Um, oh, and also Mirko from My Hero Academia is another one too. I'm pretty sure it's Revy. It's gotta be Revy. Yep, Revy. Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah, Revy. Um, I was gonna say, Casca, but she's not really. Well, no, she kind of is before you know what happened. But this is for Berserk, by the way. Yeah, Casca's kind of like that. Not really. There's also Morelliona from Black Clover. Who else? I can think of a bunch of other ones too. What's her name? Oh, Leona from or Leon. Yeah, I think Leona or Leon. Leon from that. Damn, I can't think of it. Oh, Akame got Kill. Yeah, from Akame got Kill. And yeah, I just like that archetype a lot. I just find it very entertaining. So why not make another one? Why not make another one? But yeah. So I'll probably color her in too, and I'll probably just like darken the lines a bit as well. But yeah, let me just show you what it looks like now without that. So yeah, not too bad. Actually, that's very bright. My bad. Let me put that in a different thing. Just get like a different. Actually, I could just do this instead. There we go. And now I'll just like copy it and then put it in here. Put it in a different file. Or in a different document, my bad. But yeah, let me just copy that. And put her right in here. And there we go. Alright, cool. I'm just gonna make this a little bit darker, and just go from there. Actually, wait. No, this is fine. Cause I'm just thinking, cause I don't want to like mess up this. Yeah, actually, no. Let me just go up. And then, actually, I was right. Bring that down. Put the opacity up. Then just redraw it again over here. Alright. So I already have an idea planned for like the first 3 chapters of Miss Intern. I have the opening already planned. I already have like I'm not gonna say I have a full chapter in my head already, but I have a pretty good idea of how I want to make again these chapters. Like this sketch I have that I'm drawing right now is actually meant to be part of that. It's actually meant to be part of a chapter. So, again, I'm just kind of getting a head start, but also just showing you guys the process. Or I guess really the sketch work, not the process. The process is going to be much longer. But yeah. So let's see. So going back to the crowd for Pokemon Showdown, right? So I am thinking about getting back into it. I was considering. Okay, so I was considering to do it once Home is released, but Home doesn't have a release date right now. I mean, it did, but then Game Freak messed up as usual. So, actually, it wasn't really Game Freak. It was more the Pokemon Company. I guess it was both parties. Anyways, I was gonna play again once Home is out, but or I mean, I planned on playing again before Home came out, but now that Home is actually like on the way, I think I might wait a little bit longer, just because again the meta is gonna be different, and I don't know what to expect. Like, again, I think the last time I talked about Scarlet and Violet, was in my last drawing video, and again, I just don't really know how I'm supposed to be looking at Scarlet and Violet. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to be playing it. So from the times I've been practicing on my own and playing on ladder, I'm not gonna lie, I've been getting frustrated because like it just the whole concept um of Terra just didn't make a lot of sense to me yet. It still doesn't make sense to me. It's not that I've given up, really, but I'm just taking like a break right now from it, because again, I just don't understand it right now. Um, it will be cool to have someone to play with and actually like teach me a little bit more about Scarlet and Violet. But don't really have anyone that wants to teach me right now, so and I don't really have the exact time to want to have someone to teach me too. But yeah, again, I do apologize that I haven't been getting back to recording like that. Again, just doing some IRL stuff right now, and that stuff is more important right now. So I do apologize for that. But again, I will be getting back into this stuff. Just got to just give me a little bit more time. I just need a little bit of time before I feel good enough to play Mons again. So I actually had planned on doing a drawing vid much earlier, or not much earlier, but oh, I didn't mean to do that. But I meant to have a drawing vid out sometime like last week or the week. No, not last week. But it was supposed to be like a little bit earlier. I was gonna be drawing this, but I already got so far ahead that I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna finish this on my own. So this is actually a drawing that I did of my main character, and she's doing the let me get the actual name. Let me get the actual name. Hold on, give me a second. Hakure Suyukayu. I can't get it right. I'm gonna get it. It's Hakure Sukyaku. Hakure Sukyaku. I'm pretty sure it's that. Hopefully. But yeah, I have her my main character, she's got the lightning kick. Now, you're probably wondering why. Don't ask that. Don't ask that. It's a secret. I can't tell you that. Can't give you an answer on that. But just know that she has it. So, she learned it from her master, Sensei P. So that's all you got to know about that. But yeah. And Sensei P, I think, is gonna be a very fun character. Like she, in terms of like, I guess like her, she's like black and Latina, so she already has a little bit of fire in her already. But but yeah, that's pretty much like a little bit of her backstory, or a little bit of her a little introduction to her anyway. But yeah, I already have like multiple sketches of her too that I have in mind for this story. So again, I didn't mean to like black out right there, but yeah. So besides this character and Sensei P, I do have a couple more characters drawn out as well. But they aren't as detailed compared to Sensei P and again Miss Intern. I guess for now I'll just call her Miss Intern until I actually find a real name. But for now her name is Miss Intern. Which actually, you want to know? Okay, you want to know the reason or why I called it Miss Intern, right? So it's funny. It's funny, right? Well, it's not that funny, but I find it funny. The reason behind the name Miss Intern, or why I wanted to call it Miss Intern, was because my dentist, right? At my dentist, I want to say that around 2016, 2017, there was this intern that started working there, and she was actually pretty cute. Now she has a baby, but she was pretty cute. And I remember, like, calling her Miss Intern and all that and all those things. Like, how you doing, Miss Intern? And stuff like that. Um, but yeah, um, yeah, I kind of fell into that, and then from working my intern job with my brother and whatnot. So that's kind of really the makeup of it so far, anyway. Um, that's kind of where it really started. I just thought about again Miss Intern, and then Miss Intern became an actual character. But yeah. Oh shit! Let me do that. Let me go back. Cause the line's off. So you know what? Okay, I decided I'll give you like a little bit of a background for Miss Intern. Um, Again, it's nothing really major because this is something that I'm gonna put into the first chapter anyway. But she kind of went through. She's kind of going through like a breakup in a sense. Um, and I'm gonna say this right now that when it comes to my stories, I think pretty much for like any person that does a story, like it's based on real life situations, and I kind of wanted to make something like that with Miss Intern here. So she's kind of going through some stuff in that sense. Again, it's nothing like terrible or anything like that. It's just something that she has to learn, and she has a very hard time with her anger. So that's kind of why she's a bit angry, as you can see, with just like her facial expressions and whatnot. Um, and I am kind of going through that similar situation as well. Um, and I've started to learn that this stuff is not easy. Um, it's not very easy. But also, I did realize that part of it was my fault as well, just because I had pushed her away. Um, and it's not that I didn't want to push her away. It's just that um I had felt uncomfortable at the moment where we were at because we were downtown and whatnot, and and there were just a lot of people that were around, and I um I just didn't feel comfortable with wanting to do what she wanted to do. So I, in a sense, uh, told her I didn't trust her. I kind of lost my train of thought of what I was gonna say. Um, okay, yeah, like I said, about the girl I messed up with. Again, I knew her for a long time, and I don't know why that happened that day. Uh, I just felt very uncomfortable. Again, she wanted to do some. She wanted to make some moves. Um, she wanted to make some moves, and I didn't understand it. But also, again, there were just too many people that were around that I just didn't feel comfortable enough to really go through with what she wanted to do. What she wanted to do. Um, and I really kind of hate that. Um, I really kind of hate that because I I really did like her. I really did. Like, because again, we spent a lot of time together. But I just feel like an asshole. I feel like an asshole because I can't control my emotions. I can't control like I just can't um I can't really control that. Um it's a learning process that I kind of have to just take now from this. Um yeah, I wanted to reach back to her, like try and talk things through, but she's not interested in talking. So, um, so now I'm kind of confused at where to really go right now. Um, but I just really feel like shit from that time. Um, like from some people I've talked to, they just say move on and everything like that. Um, some people anyway that don't really want to listen, but for people that I've talked to that do listen, like they still told me to reach out and whatnot, and I'm happy I did reach out, but I'm just sad that that we just can't talk things over. So that's kind of where I'm at right now with things. Um, I just really I'm just not used to stuff like what she did, or what she's done for me. Um, I'm just not used to those things. So, um, and the worst part is that she's gone out of her way for me multiple times, and then I decided to do that. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it's hard to it's for me. It's difficult to be in the moment. I can't do that for some reason. I can't just be in the moment. I can't live in that moment and just enjoy what's happening. Um, it's not it's not very easy for me. It's not something that I I can really understand. Which is why I don't want to, you know, go out and try again with any other woman, because I know there's some things I need to work on right now, and those are the most important things I need to be working on. So because I don't want to do that. I don't want to do what I did again, because that was very hurtful, what I did. It was really rude and just very very immature of me. And I can't really go back to that anymore. Of just wanting that. I'm not gonna give you guys a lesson on that. I'm not. I'm just telling you my story. But yeah, I just wish I could have been in that moment and just enjoyed it for what it was, and not just ignore like everything around me and just enjoy what was there. But I don't, again, I don't know why. I don't know why. But yeah, again, just can't go back anymore. And the sad part is I had to delay talking to her for so long because I felt too ashamed to really say anything. I felt too ashamed, and just other things were going on too. So I just didn't really want to talk until I was ready to talk. And at least get my mind, like, you know, open, I guess, to talk. Again, I just wish I didn't mess that up. I just didn't think that I deserved all those things that she did for me. And in a way, I kind of took it for granted. In a way, I kind of took it for granted. But But again, until I really fix my own issues, um, I don't see myself really trying again. Alright. Alright. So, let me just add this mark right here. Because yeah, she was fighting something and she ended up getting hit. So, just want to show that little mark over there. Alright. I'm on been recording. It's been an hour and 10 minutes. I didn't realize I was recording that long. Okay, so I think that's gonna be it for this drawing vid and I guess talk. If you guys enjoyed it and want to see me do more of this,